Sadistic Penguin Studios presents It's Getting Drafty in Here.
Drafty old barn.
The show of drafting random nonsense.
I choose business ethics.
And now, coming to you from his basement, aka Draft Headquarters, your host and draft master, Magnificent Stan.
Hello, welcome to episode 23 of It's Getting Drafty in Here, brought to you by Sadistic Penguin Studios. I am your host, Magnificent Stan. Today is Tuesday, July 25th. I almost forgot what month it was. 2023. And today, while the White Sox and the Cubs beat each other's brains in and play a game that nobody gives a shit about anymore, the three of us are going to go ahead and draft what our favorite fictional bands from film and television are. Joining me today, firstly, our buddy who is a White Sox Twitter legend, White Sox Twitter icon. He's also not Larry. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? Looking forward to being here and keeping my undefeated streak alive.
This is your first episode on here. I want to point out that the three of us have a long-standing text thread or DM thread on Twitter where we discuss our love of UHF, the Weird Al Yankovic film. We bonded and now we're all buddies. So
we're here. We're here
right,
all.
Right on. Also joining me is Sadistic Penguin and regular to the show at this point, our guy Sugar Baggy. What's up, Tony?
What is up, my man? Thank you so much. I am excited. There's no anything in this topic at all that has anything the natural that's going to get me wild up like the natural. So I appreciate you having me back. Thank you.
No. The Whammer didn't have his own band.
No. I mean, out of all these bands, like I like this more. Is this is good. I'm excited.
Yeah. I've been. This is one that's been kind of rattling around in the back of my brain for a while, and I kind of needed, just one that to fill, but also one that's we're just gonna have a blast with. So
yeah, definitely. I'm excited.
Tony, you have the first selection. Let's rock and roll here, bud.
Well, I'm curious to see what Larry's first pick is, and I think I know what it is, but I'm not. I'm not going to take it from him. I don't want to take.
You don't want to defer to him.
Larry's first pick. I want to go with my natural first pick because I just have a feeling. I think I know what his first pick is, but I'm going to go with the Wonders. That thing you do.
The Oneaters.
The Wonders.
Oops. I love that movie. Pretty
much, honestly, it's a movie that I did not like when it first came out.
Really?
I think it was if you would have caught me in an earlier period, I was things that were soft like that. I really ripped. I was thinking I was in that time of the Pulp Fiction, so like something like that movie. But as time has gone on, and my wife is a huge fan of it, and now. I was wrong, and I love to admit when I'm dead wrong. And this one is one that I definitely enjoy because it's got a lot of the throwbacks to those 60s bands.
Yeah, I feel like Steve Zahn just makes that movie altogether. Yeah. Like he's such a sarcastic prick. Tom Hanks directed that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I remember watching it one night on like USA. This was like years and years later, where they showed like it was like a there were like a bunch of hidden scenes and just stuff that never made the original cut that they added into it. And I had no idea that Tom Hanks was gay, his character.
I didn't know
and that his boyfriend was a famous astronaut. So like I don't know if they're trying to like infer that it was
I like
Buzz Aldrin or something, but yeah, they cut that from the original because they probably just kind of felt like it wasn't necessary. It didn't add to the story, but I remember just seeing a scene where they're like they're like arguing like an old married couple, and I just started laughing. I'm like, this is hilarious.
Well, the movie when it came out, it wasn't, a huge success.
No.
It only made on a $26 million budget, it only did like about 36 million. But the rollout, I remember at the movie theater, the posters and everything, it was huge. I think it's what can be considered a cult classic.
Well, and the music was catchy. That's the big thing too.
Liv Tyler does a good job.
I think it's cool that was kind of Tom Hanks's shift from like only being in front of the camera to getting behind it.
Yeah.
And now his production company, like if you watch Band of Brothers, it says Playtone right before, and that was the record label he was representing in that movie. So the nod back to that change in his career and how important that was, I think is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And it led to a lot more, a lot cooler shit that he did later on, like Band of Brothers, like what was the Pacific War one?
The Pacific.
Was it called the Pacific?
Yeah,
okay.
that was good.
I was close enough.
Yeah, you were.
I just love how like they call themselves the Wonders, but everybody calls them the Oneaters.
I know.
Like one of the guys comes up, he's like, "You Oneaters are great," and he goes, "Hey, that's on Netters." And of course, you can't forget that they were in basically like a Frankie Avalon movie as Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
Oh yeah,
as well. So
Ethan Embry, him coming off of a little bit of Vegas. This is before Vegas Vacation, right? When he's doing Vegas Vacation.
He kind of played a part of like a bit part in that movie, though. He was kind of like the background part of the band. You know what I mean? Like
I know it wasn't like.
Yeah.
Always me and my buddies would find these names of these actors and we would just laugh. So like Ethan Embry, like it doesn't sound like an actor's name and him in this movie, but the song though, man, it still sticks with me. So when you said let's do this was the first one that came to my head, of course.
Good one. Okay. Let's go with number 2. Was that your pick?
No, that wasn't what I thought Larry was going to go with. I want to see what Larry's going to go with.
All right. Tell me if this is it. I'm going with my absolute favorite. Like, this is a band, if it toured, I would go see. Infant Sorrow, headlined by Aldous Snow from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Get Him to the Greek.
No, did not think this
the music is just, the music is incredible. Like, if you listen to the clap, there's that driving guitar. Like, it's phenomenal. And then you get to the lyrics and it's just burns like a head of a match.
This pick makes me want to stroke a furry wall.
Yes. I thought about taking a Jeffrey right before we started, but
such good nonsense, man. Both of those movies just, and I feel like Get Him to the Greek is kind of underrated and Sarah Marshall's kind of overrated. So kind of like meets in the middle a little bit, Not to say that Forgetting Sarah Marshall's phenomenal, but like like people kind of put it way higher than I think it should be. And then Get Him to the Greek. I feel like that movie was, for me, it was funnier than Forgetting Sarah Marshall. You guys probably think I'm crazy.
Beans and mash.
No,
I'm with you.
And if we're talking about The Natural, and then you're talking about Getting Him to the Greek like that, yeah. But you know what?
It's better than The Natural.
You know what though? Because you like it, I'm willing to give it a second chance. I mean, I've only watched it once, so it's not fair. I need a couple times to really.
I wonder if people have trouble watching Jonah Hill stuff now, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's
like, wow, he's a psycho.
Probably.
One of my favorite things in that movie is that moment where Aldous Snow, he jumps into the pool and he's got the bone sticking out of his arm and he gets up on stage and it's like the hero moment and Jonah Hill realizes he's got to go back to his girlfriend. And the lyrics as he's going back, like the booze deep in my belly, I'm going down, down, down. And for $20 in the alley, I'm going down, down, down. It's incredible.
Chef's kiss right there, man.
Yep.
For sure. All right. Well, I had a little bit of theatrics involved with my my picks. I've been sitting a little lower in my chair right now because I'm wearing the band that I'm taking with my first picks shirt. So I am picking. You may remember this gentleman from the What's Going Down episode of That's My Mama. I'm taking Jackson Heights' own Mr. Randy Watson. Randy
Nice.
Watson and Sexual Chocolate.
Sexual chocolate. Let me cross it off my list here. Sexual classic.
Brilliantly played, obviously, by Eddie Murphy. That was good. Good and terrible. But yeah, that whole scene is just like the four different characters that Arsenio and Eddie play in that scene, whether they're themselves sitting there or the old men, the old guys from the barbershop, or it's just brilliant.
That's great.
That boy good.
That boy's good. Good and terrible. So yeah, I feel like it's probably like a little early on that one, but I wanted to do the theatrics.
Hey, that's
now,
good.
I have a little more theatrics involved with my second round pick. So I do need to take my headset off for 1 second.
All right.
He's got the hat now.
Oh, he's got another shirt underneath
I do
that
have another shirt.
Oh, this is big. It's the first time. This never happened on the show before. Double
Stripping.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so now this will be kind of an obscure reference, but I'm wearing my Scarecrow boat shirt. So if you've ever been through Pawnee, Indiana, you will know that one of the finest bands out of Pawnee, Indiana is the band Mouse Rat. Now, at this point, I'm going to read off all of the names that Mouse Rat had throughout their tenure atop the musical nirvana that is Pawnee. Okay, it's a long list. We got AD and the D-Bags, Alabaster Fart, Andy and the Budweiser Frogs, Andy and the Non-Andys, Andy Dwyer Experience, Angel Snack, Burley fell out of his van, Crackfinger, Death of a Scam Artist. Here's this one's one of my favorites. Department of Homeland Obscurity, Eclair Danes, Everything Rhymes with Orange, Five Skin, Foreskin Solution, Foreskin, God Hates Figs. That was terrible. Handrail Suicide, Harriet Tub Thumping, Malice in Chains, Matchbox 20,000, Moon Over Umami, Mosh Smash, Moth Mouse, Mouth House, Mouth Smash, Muscle Confusion, Newt Guinea Pig, Ninja Dick, Nothing Rhymes with Orange, Nothing Rhymes with Blorange, Pearl Jelly, Phil Collins' dad, Possum Pendulum, Punch Face Champion, that's one of my favorites too, Radwagon, Rat Mouse, Scarecrow Boat, Teddy Bear Suicide, Three Skin, Two Doors Down, Wet Dog Nightmare. So yeah, I feel like that whole show, like that show obviously revolves around Leslie Knope, but I feel like that show should have revolved around Mouse Rat. Like there should have been like an actual they have an album. They actually have an album. I got the vinyl, and it's actually not bad. Like it's actually like a decent band. That's what's so
actually confused me.
Awesome
I actually
album.
thought they were a real band until I a long time ago until I did the research and watched the show and everything.
So yeah.
Yeah, I only had Scarecrow Boat and Ninja Dick as my former band names on my notes I had, but
I saw this on a website. It even has like the guy on the actual boat. So like I had to do like Scarecrow on the actual boat.
I do think out of all of the bands that we're probably going to talk about, the best song by a fake band might be 5,000 Candles in the Wind.
5,000 Candles.
It's the that thing you do is up there, but I really really think it's 5,000 candles in the wind.
5,000 candles.
5,000 candles in the wind.
Excellent.
Bye bye, little Sebastian. Have you watched a lot of that, Tony? That show?
You know what? A little bit here and there, but another one that I think I got to do a deep delve.
I feel like
dive.
it's probably maybe one or two in terms of ensemble cast ever. Like there's
Great.
no
I know everyone in it. I mean,
there's
I love
absolutely
everybody
no
in it. I mean,
there's
just
absolutely
like
no
Chris Pratt.
star to that show. Like everybody's a star in that show.
Yeah.
And they work so well together. So
What's his name is awesome. What's his name again with the mustache?
Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman. You know,
yeah, he's great.
he was great on he's really good.
His wife plays his ex-wife Tammy on the show.
Oh, she's good. Megan
There's some,
Mullally?
yeah, and there's some fucking hilarious stuff going between those two.
When he's got the inside out Hitler mustache, you're like, why'd you shave it? He's like, it's been rubbed off.
It was rubbed off by friction.
They're pretty good in the We're the Millers. You ever see that?
Yes.
They're good. They're pretty good in that movie.
They were very good in that. I actually have the Funko Pop where he's got like the kimono in his mustache.
Do you really?
Yeah, he's got like dreadlocks and the kimono.
Oh, that's good.
So. All right, Lair.
Yeah, so that was the one I was going to take in the first round to try and make sure, but I couldn't pass up Infant Sorrow.
I wanted to take one TV and one movie. That was like my goal, you know?
All right, I think I'm going to take, go Dewey Cox here.
That's what I thought your first pick was going to be.
Yeah, he was, if everything went well, he was going to be my third. But
that was going to be my next pick.
As soon as you asked me the other day, like, does it have to be a band?
Yeah, but he let it out.
Like, you're taking Dewey Cox.
He let the cat out of the bag when he said that.
That was actually for someone else that I don't want to give anything away, but we'll
That's funny.
I was going through the music today. Let's Duet, great song.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Take My Hand could have been on the radio in the 50s. Because it's like
my favorite's Royal Jelly.
It's not. That's a good one. But Take My Hand's not meant to be weird. But I was listening to and reading the lyrics to Walk Hard. And I think if you ask ChatGPT to write a Johnny Cash song, it would spit that out. Like I think that's just
absolutely. That's perfect. Yeah.
Movie's loaded. I mean, it's loaded with good songs. The way they're like his shift in styles, like when he's got like the huge entire like ensemble and like he's just totally out of it on acid or whatever, man. I mean, it's just great. Just
get out of here, Dewey. You don't need this.
And Meadows, I mean, kills it.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably sang those songs out loud under this roof to my wife's annoyance quite a lot. You know, just really great.
I love that Bob Dylan spoof so much. It's such nonsense.
Feel like blowing me some kisses.
Rim job, fairy teapots, master temper tantrum. You're just like, what?
The way they put it all together, it's a really good. It's funny, but it does a really good job at everything they're trying to accomplish.
Sam said it. Thank you, Sam.
What did he say?
So every episode, Sam comes in and says this.
Who's trying to get
who trying to get gay tonight? I've been waiting. Like I sit here and wait for Sam to do that every episode. So. Been doing it a while now. But thank you, Sam. It's a slow night in comment land. So
the wrong boy died.
The wrong boy died.
All right,
Tony.
I mean, I'm gonna go. There's so many that have.
I know. How big is your list? How many?
Right now I'm looking down at 50.
Yeah, I had about 40. So,
but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go straight with the ones that have influenced me. I'm gonna start with Spinal Tap.
Yeah. See, I thought that I was waiting for one of you guys to take it. I wasn't going to take it, so
probably because like the day or the I was in 7th or 6th grade, the day that I heard Big Bottom.
Yep.
And I pretty much, I mean, I really annoyed my mom. I thought it was the greatest thing ever. 3 basses playing. But that movie in general, again, ridiculous. A little
like
over my head the first time. Now, I mean, Rob Reiner did a great job.
I love Christopher Guest. I love Michael McKean. Yeah, they're both fucking great.
They got other things that we could possibly, I'm sure someone can talk about that. Christopher Guest, that, you know, but always a big fan, especially in the realm of, you know, cool and ridiculous heavy metal. And following that up, I'm gonna go with I gotta go with another one of my firsts, and that's Tia Carrere's band, Crucial Taunt.
Crucial Taunt, good one.
Again, not really. Honestly, this is probably one of the first movies that I remember seeing a fake band and owning the soundtrack. But just her over general, I mean, made it seem like it was real.
Who do you think got more famous in like that universe? Crucial Taunt or Shitty Beatles?
Well, I think it would have to be Crucial Taunt. I mean, Shitty Beatles, I don't think they ever really. I mean, they have a better name, I think, than Crucial Taunt. Shitty Beatles, definitely.
Do you remember who plays the bouncer at the bar when they're walking up?
Yeah.
It's fucking Meatloaf.
Yes. Well,
Meatloaf's son is in the movie. He's part of like their group that like produces the show with them. So, yeah.
Just they got a shirt you can buy, and just Tia Carrere too, because I think it was also at that time I didn't know much about music, and seeing, you know, a bass player that also sang. I didn't know anything about Rush, I don't think at the time or anything,
right.
But it was cool. I definitely enjoyed that.
Good stuff.
That the ending scene where they're, you know, getting her band to play, her standing there with that bass in that dress.
Yep.
It was the right time in my life. A young growing.
It was
not Larry.
Well, it's 5-0 Cubs now, so just a heads up.
Yeah, this slide was ridiculous just now. This team is bad.
This team is bad.
Bad.
Yeah, Tia Carrere throughout that whole movie. Tia Carrere, her whole life. Tia Carrere still looks good. She still looks pretty damn good. So, yeah, it's not a bad pick there, Tony. I for some reason had neglected to put that on my list. I don't know why I forgot it, but I, you know.
I mean, I went through probably 20 lists online trying to like look for and still I didn't even think of you know, Infant Sorrow. You know, there's always one you're gonna miss. You know, there's always something you're gonna miss.
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
That happens every episode. Like the soundtrack one we did with Johnny.
Yeah.
I remembered like 8 soundtrack. Like I would have taken Pump Up the Volume like first 2 rounds, and I didn't even have it on my list. So like that happens a lot in this venue.
I was watching that going, oh, these are going to be, you know, early, you know, soundtracks taken early, and you guys were just taking other stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, that's really good too. Oh yeah, that's really good too.
It seems like every episode, like we have like these ideas, and people are like, you better take this first, and then like you start to draft, and you're like, no, fuck, like.
Well, see, that's tonight's the first one where I'm actually doing me. I'm being me. Right. The other ones I'm trying to pick winners. Like, who's going to pick my winning list? I don't. At this point, I just want to have some fun.
Yeah, that's what. Have a conversation. Enjoy what you're doing, and that's all I care about. Like, I mean if you want to try to win the draft,
I don't really care. I mean, honestly, that was the ridiculous part. That other one, I was just thinking about The Natural the whole time. I was like, say The Natural, say The Natural.
Yeah. When I listen,
there's the one part where I'm like, we gonna say now? Because I thought it was over. I'm like, where's The Natural?
Did you watch that one? Did you watch that one, Larry?
No.
Oh my god, the whole episode, like I listened to it back the other day, and you could hear this guy the whole time, just like his urge to kill was rising the whole time, like getting ready to fight
I don't
me
even
and
know
Yumper.
anybody really. Like I got off and Katie's like, I heard you in the other room. What's
He's
going on?
screaming at us.
Natural.
You need to watch
I
that one.
sounded ridiculous is the problem, man. That's what I said.
I should have had Larry on that episode because he would have joined me in bashing the natural.
I should, but
What was the topic? Was it awful baseball movies?
Terrible movies that you love.
Okay.
First of all, you like Pepsi, so anything that really comes from you is really nothing. In this conversation, you would have just been in the background. You wouldn't affect it.
It wins the blind taste challenge every time.
Is that what we're on?
The blind taste challenge. All right, Larry, what do you got with your round 3 here? And I'm going to add another round because I think we'll go 6. Because what the hell?
Good.
I'm going to go with a band that has a front man and a lead guitarist with mystique, and that's from Almost Famous, a band called Stillwater.
As soon as you said that, I knew exactly what you were talking about.
It's a good one.
Fever Dog.
I remember them having another song that I really liked besides Fever Dog, and I just can't remember it. I'm Googling it. It's not coming up, but there was a couple of songs from there that were pretty good, and they were all just really cool.
They were really good. That was again another good showcase. This time the 70s, where like the that thing you do was like early 60s, where this was like this is the period where I think would have been awesome to really been hanging out because record companies just threw money at you and you got to just tour and do whatever you want. Now it's like you're not getting anybody. You're getting anything.
I'm on drugs. I love that movie. That movie, top to bottom, like one of my favorite movies.
Good.
Now it was loosely based on Cameron Crowe. Yep. Who was he following? The Guess Who?
He was following. Shoot, now you got me off.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Oh. The thing of him working for Rolling Stone was pretty much, I think really awesome and just being able to show that, in a film. And then as you stated, the band, you wish this band was real.
Well, such a talented dude. Like he was a great writer. And his musical instincts were awesome, but he was also a great filmmaker. So just really, really smart, well-rounded dude, Cameron Crowe.
Oh, yeah.
Did that movie really well. Frances McDormand, phenomenal. But yeah, the band was phenomenal. Jason Lee as the lead singer.
I mean, just a lot of musicians also mixed into it, like
And they almost died in an airplane crash.
Yeah.
The
one guy's like, "Fuck it, I'm gay."
So I think that answers Steve's question or Sam's question.
Yeah. There you go.
That was the guy.
There you go.
It's so it's based on Crow following the Allman Brothers.
Allman Brother. Okay. I thought it was someone less significant. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was.
Well, there's a lot of things. Like there's the Golden God scene is inspired by Led Zeppelin. Like he used. I mean, there was the main one, like Larry said, but there's little things here and there that added to the whole entire thing.
Yeah, we're getting gay. Yep, 100%.
And Billy Crudup was one thing in that movie. Now, if you watch him. In a lot of movies now, he plays this like smarmy, or TV shows. He's like got this smarmy character, like in the morning show.
Yeah, he's definitely swarmy in that.
He's just got so much range.
Yeah,
he's
very underrated. He was Big Fish too.
Yeah, that's a good movie too.
He was in Spotlight, and he kind of had that a little bit of smarm to him, but you knew he was a good guy too. It was that guy's. If he's in something, it's probably going to be pretty good.
And I support any movie that has Zooey Deschanel in it. So
that's true. She's good too.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She was the sister.
Yeah.
Hold me closer, Tony Danza.
That was like one of her first movies, or that was like her first movie. Nobody really knew who she was, except for Big Trouble. I think was out before that.
In Little China?
No, the Tim Allen Big
I
Trouble.
know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know that movie.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I think the obvious number 2 pick on all lists. We live in the Chicagoland area. How do we not pick this band?
I know.
I got to go Jake and Elwood Blues. Definitely iconic comedy group, iconic band. I mean, not only were they funny as hell, but they were actually pretty talented as well. So, I could
spend. Go on.
I mean, you talk about the band too, not just Aykroyd and Belushi, because they had the characters from the movie were actually legit bad motherfuckers in terms of musicians. So you could technically I'm sorry for cutting you off there. You could technically argue that they're not a fictional band because Donald Duck Dunn and those guys are all in it.
Couldn't agree more.
And those are actual real musicians, but still.
Very passionate about this band in many different ways. Number one, as you just stated, everyone who was in the band, amazing. Duck Dunn on bass, Steve Cropper on guitar, Steve Jordan on drums, just getting started. And then all the horn section.
Yep. Uh-oh.
For quite a long time about Belushi and just pretty much his love of blues. And getting together with Aykroyd, and they're one of the best, if not, the best one of made up band. Movie's great, but there's a lot more to them than just the movie, like you said.
We just can't talk about the sequel.
No.
I'm just, you know what though?
Not John Goodman's fault, but
give them credit. Yeah, I saw you were out, Larry. There you go.
There you go.
You're good. Yeah, I knew you were frozen, so I was trying to fill a little bit before I took my next pick and stretch it out a little bit. But yeah, I credit them. The second one, at least they didn't pick Jim Belushi to be in the band, although he does tour with them every once in a while because they still do some live performances from time to time. At least Aykroyd does, but yeah, you can't not pick the Blues Brothers. And then I'm going to go... Shit, this is tough. This is not easy. I think we'll take our first, probably first and only puppet band.
Nice. The Monkeys. I like it.
So Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
Nice.
I have not seen the show that just came out, but always a fan. I actually for years have been planning a tattoo where it's the Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction logo, but it's Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem and the cross, So yeah, just fun. I feel like it's kind of like if you look at the band, they kind of pull from every genre. Like Dr. Teeth obviously is Elton John, and then you got the guy who looks like he's stoned all the time. He looks like he's from the Doobie Brothers. Then Janis looks like Janis Joplin, So it's just kind of a tribute to all of those. Famous musicians from the 70s, pretty much.
Probably my favorite made-up name out of all of them. I spent all day just thinking of how cool it would be to really be in a band called Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. Today, playing Warped Tour, or not Warped Tour, Riot Fest, Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. Pretty cool.
Yeah. I've been told, though, if anybody hasn't watched it yet, that the new show, I think it's on Disney Plus. It's basically a show about Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
Uh-oh.
It's supposed to be really, really funny.
I'll have to look into that.
Like they even have like scenes where they're getting high, but they're not. They're just eating like too much sugar, stuff like that. So, yeah, definitely wanted to give them the nod here.
Sounds good.
And I swear to God, if somebody doesn't take that band that the chat is mentioning tonight, I'm gonna get probably stabbed by either Stu or Annie here. So, but all right, Larry, what do you got?
So I am not going with Mitch and Mickey here. I'm not going with the new Main Street Singers or the old Main Street Singers. No, I'm going with the Folksmen.
But we already picked time. But Tony already picked Spinal Tap.
Completely different people. They just kind of look alike.
I secretly love that movie to death.
Oh, I openly love that movie. It's what happened?
What happened?
It's one of those movies, like, if I watch it with my wife, because we watched Best in Show together.
Yeah.
Like, if I watch that with her, she's going to look at me while I'm laughing. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
All the movies from that troupe is just silly and awesome.
Yeah. Greatness.
I had to watch Waiting for Guffman a couple of times before realizing how awesome it was. But yeah, the Mighty Wind is awesome. The music from Mighty Wind is great as well.
The musicianship is, it's phenomenal. And it's another one where the lyrics are just weird.
I'm pretty sure Michael McKean writes most of the music, doesn't he? I know he got nominated. Him and his wife wrote Mitch and Mickey's stuff.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia page. Yeah, I mean it's a mix of them. Christopher Guest, Michael McKean.
Okay, because I know Michael McKean actually got nominated for an Oscar for one of the Mitch and Mickey songs. I'm a Michael McKean nerd.
Rainbow.
Yep,
it's got to be. Yeah, the rest are like, it's almost like they had whoever was in the band write the music just to have like a different aesthetic for each one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're always such awesome character-driven movies, especially that one. All right, what do you? The Main Street Singers can all go to hell, by the way.
What happened?
Hey, what happened?
All right. I'm going with my next pick, Barry Jive and the Uptown Five.
Sonic Death Monkey?
Kathleen Turner Overdrive?
Another movie.
What was their final? Was that their final name?
Barry Jive and the Uptown was the when they performed.
Yeah, because I went with Sonic Death Monkey, and then I'm like, which one do I go with here? And then I got
the same band.
That's what you said. I'm like, you also almost threw me off. I'm like, nope, they're all the same band. But movie.
We're fucking Sonic Death Monkey.
Amazing movie. The show was actually really good on Hulu. I enjoyed it. I
never watched it. I always wanted to.
I liked it for the same reasons I liked the movie. Mm-hmm. Some people might be, those. But no, I liked it. It was good.
The book was great too. I'm a huge Nick Hornby fan. Everything he writes is like it's so smooth and readable. And
is that Bruce Hornsby's brother?
No,
Rogers Hornsby's great grandson.
I just love throwing out. It's not even the same. I just love saying that. I knew it wasn't.
He's written so much. Like he did High Fidelity, About a Boy, the original Fever Pitch. Like there's just so many of those movies that he's done. Done from his books.
When I was at Ball State, I used to upset people at Purdue because I said that's where the chicken was from, and they'd be like, "That's not how it's spelled." And I go, "Yes, it is. That's where they make the chicken." And
Chicken College.
That movie was cast so well. I think everybody did such a great job. Like even like Tim Robbins in that movie is like the
Robbins.
Like
the guy with the newly sent and get the hell out.
He pulls the air conditioner out of the wall and throws it on his head.
It's a Cosby sweater. A Cosby sweater.
My wife has said angina's tough so many times.
Angina's tough.
tough.
Glory me. Yes.
Just
And then the old guy, the guy with the suit that's asking him about what was it, Lionel Rich? No, it was Stevie Wonder. He's like, there's no way she likes that music. Oh wait, is she in a coma? I think that movie was kind of a coming out party for Jack Black a bit.
The night Laura's dad died. Sha-na-na-na, what a night it really was. What a night it really was.
Angina's tough.
I'm about to sell 5 copies of the Beta Band.
I know
that's actually a really good album.
It is a great album.
Yeah, that's funny.
Classic.
But I wouldn't have known that was a great album if I hadn't watched that movie, honestly. So,
all right, let me see.
Round 5, fight.
You know what? Because man, I really do. I do. What's the word I'm looking for? A Man of Constant Sorrow is a pretty good song, but that's not the song that I would pick from the Soggy Bottom Boys is my favorite song. My favorite song from the Soggy Bottom Boys is in the jailhouse now. That's now I can't even think of the name of it. I got the whole beat in my head, but the Soggy Bottom Boys is my pick. And it's not because anyone in the chat sang it. It was on my list here.
I always said like the whole when I first started to develop this show, I was like, no, I can't do it live because people ruin picks. But who care? Like, it just it adds so much. Like, I have to do it that way.
Well, the thing is to be frank, you can do 20 rounds tonight, but we don't have time. You know, your 6 rounds is good. It's the and that's just the thing. So Soggy Bottom.
I don't have to get up early tomorrow.
It's really because Tim Blake Nelson. This is my chance. His vocals on the song that I'm talking about. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I love that movie. Hilarious. Clooney's
Owen Brothers.
Yeah, John Goodman's really good in it too.
Oh, John Goodman's really good in it.
John Goodman's good in everything though, except for Roseanne. And the Babe.
And the Babe.
But still better than The Natural.
Not a fan of the Babe.
No. it's so over the top. But it's better than The Natural. All right, Larry.
Baby on board, something. Burt Ward. These songs just write themselves. I'm going to go with the B sharps.
The B sharps. That's a good one. Yeah. I was waiting for someone to pick a Simpsons band. I have a couple on my list.
It's the only one I had on my list. I don't go too deep in the Simpsons. And I think one of the things that's helped me is I have some blind spots culturally where you guys are deep. Like, never seen the Blues Brothers. So
my list is every single musical category. Like I got the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and 2 90s. So now I'm going to see what I have to do here to diverse this the most.
Oh boy, you're sectioning us, huh?
Well, I was labeled the bad guy. You know, I mean, this is
come on.
I see him over there texting you, making fun of me because I picked Soggy Bottom Boys. And see, I could feel it a mile away. I mean, come on. Yeah, I was right.
So I was just reading Sam's comment. I have no idea what movies and shows these are from, but not Larry has 2 that I know and like. Brian has 3 I know, but only 2 I like. So his percentage is lower. We're not picking on you, Tony.
Oh, you're always picking on me.
We love
Speaking
you.
of not low.
I have 2 picks. Okay. I think I'm gonna do movie and TV again. See, I have a plan too. Play me off, Johnny. I don't know. Wow, I should have planned a little better. I'm still like staring at my list. I'm gonna go with
Take the shitty Beatles.
what band? What band can you say saved the world except for Wild Stallions?
Oh, that's so. Oh yeah,
Good one.
that's so good.
Bill S. Preston Esquire, Ted Theodore Logan, The Grim
God.
Reaper, Station.
God gave rock and roll to you.
Yeah, I haven't seen the sequel yet, but yeah, that's like a that I mean, like that defined the early '90s was Bill and Ted and Wayne's World. So like basically what the perception was that generation basically just a bunch of morons, pretty much. But yeah, I picked, and I got a bunch of crap for picking Bill and Ted's as a terrible movie that I love, and I guess I'll follow that up by picking Wild Stallions.
Wild Stallions. Good one.
Yeah, and that's so we discussed bands that you really never heard play, because technically you never really heard them play. Maybe at the end of the second one, kind of. And when I said I didn't see the third one, the newer one. I've seen the second one, obviously, but
yeah, they had the band with. That's when they did "God Gave Rock and Roll to You."
But they just played the Kiss version of it. It wasn't
sure, but it's supposed to be that.
just to preface, Larry and I and Tony in our little group talk, he mentioned maybe having like a discussion about fictional bands that never really played anything. So there was only one that I could think of really, but now that I think, yeah, okay. So yeah, the end of the second one, they did play that Kiss song, but yeah, so that's that one.
Rock and roll. My cousins had the soundtrack, man. They just played that song over and over.
I remember hearing that, like, that was pre-internet for any of us, and like being like, that's a great song. I need to know what song that is. And like spending a long time trying to figure it out.
Okay. So I said I'd take another movie TV. I'm going to go with the finest police cover band in the history of Scranton, Pennsylvania. That's Scrantonicity.
Nice.
So that's Kevin Malone's band, and then there was Scrantonicity 2 because he had to start another band because he got kicked out of the other one. So he just because of Synchronicity 2.
We are Scrantonicity. We are Scrantonicity 2, not Scrantonicity.
You only get to see them play like just at one of at Phyllis's wedding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was only the Police, and what was there was one other song that they played. I can't remember. Is it Wonderful Tonight?
You're looking it up now?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I definitely wanted to give two of my favorite TV shows of all time a little bit of a rub. So The Office and Parks and Rec representing. Was it Jewel, Sam? like the Jewels or Jewel?
Run the Jewels.
I'm going to see them.
Jewel?
No, Run the Jewels.
I know. You said that. We hope they were playing together.
That'd be funny.
It'd be like a duo concert.
All right, Lair.
All right. I feel like this is an incredibly underrated movie. But I'm taking Connor for Real from Pop Star Never Stop, Never Stopping.
That's a good one.
The Finest Girl. It's the song where he takes a girl home and she wants him to fuck him like we fucked Bin Laden, or fuck her like we fucked Bin Laden. The lyrics are just crazy. He's got a diss track for the Mona Lisa. He's got a song called "I'm So Humble" about how he's humble about all these things he's great at. It's all music by The Lonely Island, but phenomenal. I don't think it gets enough love. It's Connor 4, the number 4 real.
Well, see, there was the other one I'm looking at on the Lonely Island fandom has it spelled like that. But okay, so Connor 4 real like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't think I know that at all. Like, I'm sorry.
I don't think it did well at the box office. I think it only did halfway decent.
The budget was $20 million and the box office was 9.7. So yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's one of those that's like kind of started to find an audience years later.
Yep.
I thought it was hilarious.
It is. It's pretty funny. Caught me later. It caught me down the line. It's funny.
Right on. Yeah, anytime Lonely Island does anything, it's always going to turn out good.
All right.
Never stop, never stopping.
They come out with the refrigerators, and the songs are pre-programmed in the refrigerators in the movie. It's pretty funny.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, it's got some pretty good. I was actually surprised at how funny it was. I thought it was going to be not funny, but it was really funny.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater. I think the weekend that my wife had her bachelorette party, and I had literally nothing to do. So I went and saw that. I was really surprised.
They didn't let you go to the bachelorette party?
No. It was very low key. My wife is not. I think I've seen her drunk twice.
Yeah,
in about 10 years. So it was very low key, except for the one bridesmaid that threw up on the floor. But other than that, pretty standard.
I've seen Hot Rod. I haven't seen this one though.
What's Hot Rod?
You ever seen Hot Rod?
Hot Rod's good too.
That's like Andy Samberg's first movie. At least the first one he starred in.
Ian McShane plays his dad. It's pretty ridiculous.
Sam, does Sam had a question for you, Larry? Were you the stripper at the bachelorette party?
No, unfortunately.
No, damn it.
I'm
pulling out my Jim Gaffigan right there. No, I'm not.
He's got a new special that dropped today.
Does he?
Dark Pale.
Dude's freaking hilarious. Hot Pockets. All right, Tony, have you decided what you're doing here?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
I have.
And keep in mind, guys, we're going to do a dump list afterwards, so we'll still,
I'm going to go with probably again another. It's another Belushi movie, and I'm going to go with Otis Day and the Knights from Animal House.
Yep.
That whole scene, every scene they're in the movie, man. As a kid, I laughed super, super hard, and really good version too. I really wish they were a real band, and I'm sure they maybe are a little bit, but definitely awesome in Animal House.
I think it might be a situation where they actually were a real band, but they just played a different band.
Gotcha.
Yes, dump list is the list we make while taking a dump. I'll be honest, I haven't watched Animal House in decades, so I do remember the band being phenomenal though.
It was created as let's see here. I think it was something that maybe they did some touring maybe after as Otis Day because they were in the movie type of spiel.
Not to be mistaken with Morris Day and the Time.
No, which okay. Awesome band.
Awesome band. Yes.
Ice Cream Castles, man.
Okay. Stump list time. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Let's go. Let's show. We have one submission. from our buddy Steve Niss. So I don't know what the name of the Lindsay Lohan band from Freaky Friday was, but Ted's.
I was looking at that today. I did not write it down, but that's a good. That was on a lot of lists.
Rabbit and 8 Mile's a good one. And then Ted's Barbershop Quartet and Scrubs, which was called I thought it was just called the Peons, but Steve and I looked it up and it's the Worthless Peons. Peons assemble! I love that show. Such an underrated comedy. I think it's top 5 probably in my mind.
Do you have a band? I've got one. Mine is Autobahn from The Big Lebowski.
Ooh,
a band you wish you could have heard.
But didn't hear?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we were talking about Love Burger, which I had to mention anyway because Yumper based our thumbnail image for the show on Love Burger and was mad because is going to be mad because none of us drafted Love Burger. So
I like a little guitar player by the name of Cody in Roadhouse. He has his own band that plays
the slide guitar.
Slide guitarist Cody. I don't know.
Roadhouse.
I mean, you got California Dreams and Sack Attack from the from those shows.
And then there's also what was the band that Kelly and Jesse and Lisa, where they were like a dance group, the one where she was popping pills. I can't remember what the name of the group was.
I'm so excited.
And then I had 2 bands from Back to the Future on my list.
Oh yeah.
Which was Michael J. Fox's band called the Pinheads. And then there was also Marvin Berry and the Starlighters.
That was a good one.
Chuck, it's Marvin, your cousin Marvin Berry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Who you called?
No, you go ahead. Go ahead. What do you got?
My original ask for if we could do solo artists was I was going to take Jackson Maine from A Star Is Born.
Yeah,
I think musically that's a really good soundtrack, and I
have not seen that movie yet.
Oh, it's really good, and Lady Gaga is really good in it, and I just think musically that's pretty phenomenal. One other one I wanted to take, I couldn't find a name for the band. At the end of Empire Records, when they play the concert on the top, there's that band that plays that sounds kind of like Social Distortion with
Sugar High with Renee Zellweger.
Yeah. And I think, and that's a fantastic version of it too. Yeah.
It is a phenomenal version of that. You could also, if we're talking about bands that never played, Mark from Empire Records started a band called Mark.
Yep. You got Citizen Dick from Singles.
I had that one. Yeah.
That's you have another.
I would make Jackie very upset if we didn't spend a moment to talk about Steel Dragon.
Yes, that's right. I was actually the next one I was going to say.
That was your next one. Okay.
That's not bad. Not for what it's going to be. I've always liked that for its ridiculousness.
Mm-hmm. It's so over the top. It's like one of those TV shows or movies that just takes like what they see on, or read about and just take it 30 degrees further than it needs to be, Is
that from the movie Rockstar?
Yeah. Have you ever seen that?
Nope.
The music's actually pretty good in it. Mark Wahlberg can scream like a maniac.
I remember it coming out.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of like buzz around it and then not hearing anything. And I just looked at the release date. It was September 7th, 2001. So I can understand why the buzz for that movie
what happened?
Died out really quick.
What happened? That
September 7th, 2001.
I'm joking. It's the
look on Brian's face is.
I know. Well,
No, I know. It was when another movie came out. I got it. I was still in my coma when that happened.
Lone Rangers.
Yeah, I didn't put it on my list for some reason. My wife mentioned it like 6 fucking times when when we were talking. That's a good one though. Lone Rangers, you're not lone.
You can't pluralize alone.
I like this 80s movie.
Another Michael McKean brilliant movie.
Eddie and the Cruisers. You ever see that? That's a pretty good one.
Mm-hmm. That was on my list. You ever hear of a little rap group called CB4?
That's a classic.
Straight out of low cash, a crazy motherfucker named Gusto. Fuck your wife, because
she's a big hoe. Sweat from my balls. And I had the 2 bands from Pitch Perfect, Barton Bellas and the Troublemakers. I feel like that's an underrated movie.
I'm laughing because I think about one of the first stories my sister's father-in-law told me was when he took my brother-in-law and like a friend to go see CB4, but he didn't really know what it was. And then like you just like in the 90s, that'd be a great movie to be like, you're taking me to this movie, and then the dad's like, I don't know what I'm seeing, and then you walk out at CB4.
Charlie Murphy was in that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He played a big role in that movie. He was Gusto.
California Raisins.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that one.
That was actually the one. That was one of the ones I was thinking about at the end there, because that's an early one that I used to have all the little figurines, like in the late '80s. You could get them. Deathlock. That's a good cartoon.
Yeah, I had Deathlock. One of my cousins sent me one. That was, I never got into that show, and I always probably should have, but I never did. Dr. Roxo, which is basically David Lee Roth as a clown.
That's good.
What else did I have here? Josie and the Pussycats.
Yep.
Which also, if you're talking about the movie, you can talk about Du Jour.
Yeah.
Which was the boy band. Which was what, Seth Green and guys.
Yes.
When you mentioned that when you drafted B Sharps, I said I had a couple Simpsons ones on.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of boy bands, I had Party Posse. Do you remember that episode of Simpsons where they were sponsored by the Army, and all of their songs were in like some type of like recut with subliminal messages to join the Navy?
Yeah, wasn't it join the Navy in reverse?
Yeah, Ivan et Liage. Yes. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah. That's good.
Together. Do you remember those guys? They were like the boy band MTV did. It was like Chris Farley's brother was in it. It was like late 90s, 97, 98, 99. It was like on MTV. It was a show. Nick Rivers from Top Secret with Val Kilmer.
Yep. Jesse and the Rippers, obviously, from Full House.
I'm a little surprised nobody took Sex Bomb from Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
I didn't take it because I didn't know.
People mentioned that to me at work.
I got it written down. I don't even remember where these are from. Like the ain't rights. I don't know where that's from, but I wrote it down here.
I would get in trouble with my wife if I didn't mention Dingoes Ate My Baby.
I have that at 25, and I didn't remember what's that from again.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
There you go. Yeah.
And then I mentioned this in our green room or whatever pre-show. My sister and her friend Autumn. Well, my sisters Amy and Autumn. I should call them because I've known Autumn for 25 years. The band from the TV show My So Called Life, which was called the Frozen Embryos, which is funny because Jared Leto became a pseudo rock star later on. So
don't forget, we're gonna get, if you don't bring up the Cantina band, you'll get the
yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
What's
John Stamos.
Lustra. What's Lustra from? I have this one written down. Hold on.
You have a bunch of bands you don't even know where they're from. It's best.
I know. I'm like, you know what it was? I'm like, I could remember this. Oh, Lustra's what someone said it in the comments here a second ago. That's the one from Euro Trip. Scotty doesn't know.
Right.
Scotty
Okay.
doesn't know. Which is hilarious because I wrote it down. I go, I'll remember Lustra's from that. And then I'm like, Lustra? What's that? Oh yeah,
That is a good one. I think I've gone through my whole list at this point. Yeah.
You forgot the Brady Bunch. You forgot the Partridge Family. You forgot the Monkees.
Ooh.
The Monkees is a real band.
Not according to some of the lists that I put.
They're not.
together.
They're not. I'm messing around.
It was like-
Wait, the Brady Bunch weren't real?
I was
They're
on my
kind of-
walk tonight, and I was wishing that, like, I was thinking. I don't know why I thought about this, but I started thinking about when Andy Kaufman would do the Mighty Mouse, and I was kind of wishing that was a band, but it wasn't a band.
Do you guys remember I was going to do that for the 108 tournament?
Yes,
I was gonna sing Go Go White Sox, but it's Andy Kaufman.
That was going to be awesome.
I was dying of the flu.
That wasn't awesome.
I just did a Google search of fictional bands, and luckily this says from TV and film. But if not, I'd be kicking ourselves over not nobody taking Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Technically not from a TV or movie, but fictional band.
Yeah.
School of
So
Rock.
I guess that would be School of Rock's a good one. That would be disqualified though, wouldn't it? If it wasn't
From not being from a
TV or movie.
Yeah.
Although when have I ever been known to disqualify anything?
Would like they had that.
That was the first.
Eric Idle had that band called like the Roodles. They were like the Beatles, like joke band, like with stuff like that. Like Weird Al isn't like does he count?
No, he's himself.
I know. I just was trying to.
No,
give
you're right though. I mean, there's that's like one of those, like, on the edge. Yeah.
Wasn't he in a band at the start of his biopic? Because I had originally thought of that. I'm like, well, if you have or he was Al Yankovic before he drastically changed his name to Weird Al Yankovic.
And he was named after the polka king, an actual accordion polka king. Like his legit name. Yeah, there was a famous. That's why he started playing the accordion, because there was a famous polka accordion player named Al Yankovic.
Huh.
Very weird. Although, when he told that story, it could be full of shit, because, he is full of shit. But all right. Well, this was a good one. This was fun.
A lot of fun.
They're all good. Why am I saying this was as if like the other all of my drafts aren't a really, really good time?
That's the toughest thing sometimes. It's like I'm like, this is a great time. And I'm like, they're all great. They're all great.
Except when Tony yells at us about The Natural. It's not fun. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's not. It's not fun. It's a good baseball movie, man. You're missing out.
I've heard that.
I mean, you're really gonna have to persuade me going forward. When you brought up Get Him to the Greek is pretty good, and The Natural is not. Like, and in a group of people,
you need to watch Get Him to the Greek again, because it's absolutely hilarious.
I know, but we need to bring this conversation in like a bigger group, like a bigger, well-rounded film.
Should we go on Yumper and Sfo and we could debate it?
You should just have a show where we just scream it. It's called The Scream. It's the Penguin Scream.
Penguin Scream.
We just pick topics where we yell Pepsi versus Coke the whole time. No!
No! Watch Sfo shit his pants over someone's picking Coke over Pepsi.
All it is just opinions, as Dalton says, and they all vary. And like in Roadhouse, I mean, that's generally it.
They all vary.
Well, if anybody needs to have an argument over a movie where you back yourself in the corner,
Caddyshack 2.
I'm in.
Is Caddyshack 2 good? I've never seen it.
It's funny.
I know. I'm just fucking around. It is actually funny.
It's funny.
It's funny watching it now.
Jackie Mason's so terrible, though, man.
He is.
It's like the guy they hire when you can't find anybody.
For the longest time, I get Jackie Mason and Jackie Gleason confused.
They were gonna have Rodney
was gonna come back, right?
Rodney come back,
yeah,
and he bowed out, and Jackie Mason was like their last minute replacement.
Fresh off of The Jerk.
My dad would get so upset about that movie.
He hates these cans.
Jackie Mason.
He's a Funzanoon. What's a Funzanoon? It's somebody who fights the bubbles.
You ready to try to tell someone Jackie Mason's like as funny as Rodney?
I will admit that is funny. Trying to say it. Yeah.
What do you mean?
It makes me laugh. Actually, it's a good.
Think Jackie Mason's as funny as Rodney Dangerfield, or funnier.
And
so I don't know. Randy Quaid in that movie makes that movie for me. But
this guy just caught the ball over the fence for a grand slam and robbed him with a grand slam.
That was Seiya Suzuki.
The greatest line from that movie is when he walks in and there's Todd and the old guy is like, "Which one of you is Chandler Young's son?" Just tickles me.
I need to watch it again. It's, you know what? Why don't we do, the three of us? Why don't we do, if I can figure it out on YouTube, we can go on playback and watch it together, and we can basically Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Let's do it, please.
I'm gonna look it up and see if YouTube will let me stream it through playback, because there's not a lot of stuff that's available. So
only if Sam shows up.
Yeah, Sam has to be there. Yes.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, I really appreciate you guys being on tonight. Come back anytime, Larry. Honestly, like if you ever have an idea for anything, let me know. I know there was an idea that Shankster brought up to me where we would draft bad movies on purpose. Have you ever heard that one?
Yeah, he and I were talking about it.
Yeah. He mentioned it to me one night. We were like, "Huh, that sounds kind of fun."
Yeah. Or doing like comedy sequels, because generally not great.
Comedy sequels, Godfather 3. I mean, I laughed.
It's right up there with Scarface for one of the worst movies.
Yeah, it's bad. All right, Tony, do you have anything coming up you wanted to mention?
I'll have a new show coming out this weekend. I believe this Thursday I am going to be a guest on the Asscast. Ooh. So that is going to be a good time. Already got the list of topics that we're going to discuss.
Don't show Stoop your fear, okay?
I will not. Okay. I will not.
Okay.
I'm excited though. I like to get off topic of talking about just, movies and music, and let's gonna branch out and talk about some sports and some more.
Let's talk about pee-pee and poo-poo.
Yes.
Pee-pee, poo-poo.
And talk about things that are upsetting me currently. Maybe about the people who don't like the natural.
I'm sure Sam appreciates the ass plug.
Okay.
And so yeah, look for
those away. That would be a good giveaway. Ass plug. Here's your ass plug.
So for me, tomorrow night we are not doing playback. We're taking the week off, so no AEW tomorrow. But next week we'll be back with Drafty Pod. I'm going to have an episode with, or I'm going to have Caitlin Reeves, which is our buddy Sam's wife. Jason from HBIC from the Chicago Sports Bums, as well as Stoop from the from All Sports Scene. We're going to draft legal things that should be illegal.
Nice.
So I'm trying to make my list right now, Larry. So if you have any suggestions for me, please. Yeah. I'm not struggling, but I'm like I need to have more than I actually do. So I guess I am struggling, but okay. Well, I appreciate everybody being on. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Can I just plug something real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm unemployed. So if you're looking for a customer success manager, a customer advocate, hey, hit me up. I'm unemployed right now. Thanks.
I like that. That's good.
Just trying to plug anything I can.
Ladies and gentlemen, put Larry to work. And for that, thank you very much. Have a good evening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.